I just could not get it out, y'all. I was cracking up. I'm just gonna be doing a quick tutorial on some Halloween inspired nails that my sister asked me to do. I am gonna be doing them on shorter nails than what they had them, but I have never done a French tip on an almond shape. Or these are actually stiletto, but we're gonna probably file them down so they'll probably come more almondy. I'm using soft gel tips. I actually got these from Temu, and they are full coverage, clear soft gel tips. They are pre-shaped, so you could use these for like soft gel or doing your gel X method, but I'm gonna be doing them as press ons today. And I probably won't show like the finished product on myself or anything, but this first one I've already got sized out for my thumb. So I guess let me take the glove off the size. We're gonna be doing my left hand. We'll fit them to my left hand. This is the one I normally do. Pointer finger for me on regulars. So at this point, I realized that I was not in frame while trying to size out these tips. So I just went ahead and cut that from the video. But you just want to pick a size bigger for each of the tips if you're using them for press-on nails. So I've got everything all sized out. I'm gonna get some sticky putty. And this is not the best sticky putty. I actually watch Nails by Val, and she uses the Gorilla Glue putty. And I feel like that would be probably more beneficial. But we are gonna use what we got. So I do just show the first one, and then abracadabra, I do some magic, and then they're all on. So the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is just apply a base coat to all of the nails. You wanna make sure that the gel has something to stick to, even though these are soft gel tips. I don't wanna risk it, and then the polish starts to peel or comes off. So we'll just go ahead and do that quickly. So I did go ahead and speed up me applying the base coat because it was just taking me forever. I felt like I kept going back to each nail. But while I was doing this, my thought process was between picking through these two colors. I had 925 and 930 from Beetle's Gel Polish Nude Collection. I think it was called like Bare Nudes. I love it. Love all the colors that it came with. But I was struggling, and I finally decided to go ahead and go with the 925. I was going to do one layer of the lighter tone and then one layer of the darker tone, but I decided just the one. And here's a ghost nail I did the other day. I actually didn't record the video process, but he's a stoner ghost. So he's high. And y'all know me, I'm a stoner. Hence the name, Nails with Stony. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that. But the nails are cured. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with the 925. And I looked at it, so I might actually just do two layers, two coats of this, because it might not be sheer after that second coat. So I'm gonna start down on the pinky and work my way up. Okay, so my thought process was go ahead and put the first layer down, cure it, put the second layer down, cure it. But let me tell y'all, that was not the case. I ended up having to use 4 coats of this color to achieve the color I wanted. Now, y'all might have achieved the color that y'all wanted by the second coat, but me, I was trying to go for like that pop of pink, but it's still like, I still wanted it to be like matching my skin tone. So it came out to be like a really, really pretty nude after the 4th coat, but I only recorded the first 2 coats. And after that, I was like, you know what? They don't want this whole video to be me applying just the base of the nail and no design. So I did speed through this part, and I am going to cut out me doing the second coat as well. So that way y'all don't have to sit there and watch that. But comment below if y'all do want me to like keep that part in the video. And right here, I had realized that I was getting gel in the back of the nails, and I didn't want that to compromise when I would wear them, because I might actually wear these one time, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't want it to compromise that, so I just took a little bit of alcohol on my brush and just wiped the back of it. And then honestly, I did cure each layer or each coat of the gel polish 60 seconds. So make sure you keep it in there long enough to cure all the gels so that way you don't have any issues. So I'm not sure if I want to go in with the top coat before I do the design since they're already so thick. I probably won't. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So each nail French tip was a different color. The first one was gray. The second one was orange. So I'm using mainly Savvyland products. This one is gray nickel, number 26. I'm using J. Whitney, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's number K04. That's what I'm gonna use for the orange. For black, I'm using number 11 from Savvyland. This is in one of their collections, which I do have in the description box if you'd like to look. The other one is white by Savvyland. And this one's a number 1, but I have another one where it's a number 16, so don't get caught up on the numbers, is what I'd say. And then for the last one, I'm gonna be using Beetles in a green. It was kind of like a mint, but I wanna use this neon green because I don't have any mint colors. And I feel like that's more of a Halloween, and that's what it was, like a Halloween set. And then we also have some dark red that we'll be using for part of the design, but most of the designs were like black, white, yeah, and this was the only one that had red in it. So what we'll go ahead and do is start with the French tips. And this was the inspo from Cheyenne, my sister's friend. And at this point, I had realized that I was looking for a brush that I no longer had. So I am just gonna split this part out of the video and we'll come straight into where I have the correct brush. So thank y'all for being patient with me. So I've got a Beauty Galleria number 16 finally, and we're starting with the thumb. Okay, so at this point I was regretting everything because I already drew the line. I had not top coated them. It was changing like the color and the feeling of the top. So I did end up going through and wiping them all down with alcohol because again, I did not top coat them because I didn't want the layers to be super, super thick. But even still, when I took them off, I was like, I could have used that top coat and it would have helped me so much because it did alter how I was trying to do the nails. But I do end up starting to go in with the Frenchies, and Frenchies are so hard for me, y'all. So like these were not good Frenchies. Like if somebody got Frenchies, they would be like, are you for real right now? But I am getting better, and this was my first time doing them on like an almond stiletto shape. So I do wipe it off a couple of times, and I'll probably leave that part out of the videos just because this video was like 90 minutes, y'all. So I had to like cut it down, speed it up, you know, do what I had to do. But I'm just going in with the Frenchie line, and then I just take that brush and I fill everything else in like that. Normally I'll do 2 coats, but for a lot of these, I think I just did 1 coat, honestly. So bad me. But I was doing a design, so I really didn't want to pay too much attention to the French because most of them were going to be covered up with like the outline or the design. So I wasn't too much worried about it, you know? So now I'm just kind of going in and perfecting the actual smile line and stuff. And I do end up using just like another little stubby brush that's dipped in alcohol and kind of fix the lining too. And I learned that from at Nails by Val. Like she is like such an inspiration. A lot of my designs and stuff come from like other YouTubers like Polygel Vic, Nail Wizard, Nails with Key, like Tips with Teagues, like all of y'all. Like I just love watching nail videos, and it gives me inspo to, you know, learn new things, learn new tips and tricks. So I like that. But I kind of got out of frame a little bit here, but you kind of get the gist. I'm just going through to perfect that line. So we got that first nail all cured. So we'll be going in with the J. Whitney orange. I'm going to be doing the French tip upside down on this one. I felt like that was a lot easier for me rather than having it the other way. But I did get out of frame a lot on these French tips. But I pretty much do the same thing. I do the outline, then I come in with the brush and brush it in. And then just kind of come fix it up. So I don't cure after doing the lines or anything like that. I do everything while it's wet just in case I need to edit or perfect it or go in with extra. And then once I know it's to my liking, then I go ahead and cure it. And sometimes after I've cured it, I'll be like, oh man, I messed that part up. And I'll go in and add some more just like with that gray wood. So like it's okay to add more, especially if you're going to be doing a design over it. So now we're going in with the third nail. This one was black for the Frenchie. And these were done on square nails. I believe I did insert that inspo picture in the beginning so y'all could see the inspo. But I really enjoyed doing this. Like, even though I sucked at my Frenchies, like, I feel like I've seen so much progress over the time with how I've done them. Like, before Frenchies, like, I would take at least 20 minutes on one. These were only taking me like 9 minutes a piece for each Frenchie. So that is progress. I did speed this up, so it doesn't look like it took me 9 minutes per Frenchie or 10 minutes per Frenchie. So that was good. I did have to speed everything up a little bit just so that way the video wasn't super long for y'all. But on white gel polish, if you are doing Frenchies with white, I do recommend to use your liner brush instead of filling it in with that brush, because I felt like I just pushed the polish all around and I still ended up having to go in with my liner brush to kind of like smooth everything out. Unless you have a really good gel polish that just kind of, I can't even think of the word right now, but like it levels on its own, self-leveling. Yeah, self-leveling gel polish. Then maybe you wouldn't have to do that. But I didn't do 2 coats of any of the Frenchies because I didn't feel the need to. Because again, I was going to be doing a design on top of the Frenchies. I just realized that the thumb and the ring finger look like they're both white, but the thumb is gray. So just note that. That's the gray nickel. This one is the freaking green. Oh my God, I was in love with it. It was like slimy looking for the color. And I thought about it afterwards, like, dude, you should have did like some slime drips on that nail. Like, that would have like just gave it a boom, because it had like the stitches on this one for the design part. So like just adding that little slime drip probably would have been perfect. Because I did add my own little twist and spin on the nails. Like, I didn't do them exactly like the inspo one. It was a little hard to see the inspo picture. It was kind of taken fast, but I just like to throw my own little pop on things when I do get my inspo from online or from other people. And I didn't know that this was from a real person until after I sent the picture to my sister. So I was really excited for myself. Like, oh my gosh, I really just recreated somebody's like real set that I like. No, that's crazy. So yeah, this one, I struggled, y'all. I kept going back and forth with the liner. Then I would go in and use the other brush with alcohol, wipe it off because I didn't like it. So I spent a lot of time on that pinky one. I think this one was sitting at about 13 minutes and I had to speed it up so fast. But I wanted to like keep all the parts where I like kept going in, because this happens. If you start a design and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, do something else. Put your own spin on it, and or do it to the best of your ability. Especially if you're doing practice nails or like just practicing. Like, don't give up. It's not easy. Like, application comes first with whatever medium you're doing, and design comes next. So like as long as you're trying to do the work, I feel like you should be proud of yourself, because you'll get to see your progress over time. And that's exactly why I'm recording these videos. I want to be able to watch my progress. So the designs, y'all, let me tell you, I was all out of frame, all types out of frame. So the first one, I basically just got some black on that liner brush and just did some lines to make it look like stitches. Then for the second nail, this one was a blood dripping nail. So I went in with my daughter tool, made all the little dots in red, and then took that liner brush and pulled them up a bit. I should have went in with the French outline first, because I felt like this was so hard to like not mess up after already doing the blood drips. And it might have made it easier to do the blood drips because I could have pulled it down from there. If you get what I'm saying. Like, I could have pulled that gel polish down from that little swoop, but I didn't. You live and you learn. And I am curing after each nail. So after I designed that green one, I cured. After I did that red one, I cured. It might not look like it because I do not really add transitions into my videos because I want them to have like that seamless flow, like everything is happening at once, even though it's not. But I added some like little extra drops. The other nail didn't have that, but I was like, that would be perfect. Like it just dripping down to the bottom of the nail. The ghost, y'all missed the whole ghost. The only thing I got was like the little lines that I put at the bottom to make it look like he was like kind of floating. And y'all missed the mouth and the eyes, but I did make them a tad bit bigger. I think I might have got that part on video. I was all out of frame. If y'all have any tips on staying in frame, please comment them. Tell me, DM me on Instagram, send me a voice message, something. Like, I struggle trying to stay in frame so bad. This one is supposed to be a pumpkin, y'all. I got through with the whole entire pumpkin, and I was like, you know what? I don't like it. I wiped it off. But I kept it in there for y'all to see, like, this is why it's so important to cure each nail after you're done, and only cure the nail when you're happy with it. Do not cure that nail if you don't like it, because then you'll have to file it out or start all over. This is another reason why I implement top coat before I do any designs too, especially when I'm doing my polygel nails, because that top coat layer, I can wipe that off with alcohol and start that design over. Or cure as you go. Like, after I did one eye, I should have cured that. After I did the second eye and I was happy with it, I should have cured that. But I didn't. So learn from my mistakes. Or if you like me, you like, I think I can do it in all one swoop. Do it. Try it. I did the eyes. I cured that. And then I came back in. I was like, you know what? I'm at a little green stem coming up. With this spider web, same thing. I got to putting it on there. I was like, oh, yeah, this looks great. Then I started looking like, this look like a zebra or something that don't look like spider web to me. And I started thinking, like, them is just lines, boo. So I wiped it all off. I would wipe something off quick. And with the gray nail, it was harder because I was using black polish. And y'all missed the whole spider web part. So I basically just drew one line from the tip down to the French. And it looks like a pumpkin at this point. Now that I'm looking at this video, until I started adding them lines in there, it was looking real pumpkin-y. I mean, it's still kind of looking pumpkin-y, but it's definitely a spider web. And I think after I looked at it right here, that's where I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and add something into it. And after I did it with the actual gel polish, I was like, you know what? I should have seen if I had some rhinestones for this. Because I could have did like one big black rhinestone there and then a small one right there. But I think all I have is little ones. I have mainly like charms and stuff, like bears and stuff like that. But I don't really do like charmed out nails. They get stuck in my hair and I don't like that. But I'm basically using my daughter tool with the black gel polish, making a really big circle for like the back end and a small circle for the top end. Can anybody guess what I'm drawing? Well, probably because it's on the spider web nail. But yes, I'm drawing a spider. No specific spider because I don't take my time and look at spiders. This like just popped in my head. Like, this was off of memory. I was not looking at a spider when I drew this, like, at all. But I was like, you know what? I used to draw spiders as a kid. Like, what do they look like? I would have to say that this was like my favorite part of the nail, like actually drawing the spider on there and just adding those little extra specific details, like the little web portion and the little dots to add in for the eyes and like the dots on the back to give it like that extra. So I just want to say thank y'all for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you have any tips down below. And I'll see you in the next video. And this is what we've got for our finished product. And I'll also put the inspo picture in as well so y'all can see that. But we've got our spider, our pumpkin, our ghost, our blood drip, and our stitches, I guess. So thank y'all for watching and tune in next time.